What is happening, my friends? Welcome back to Real Reacts, where we try and figure out what's fact from crap. There's an awful lot of it out there. I know, especially with AI and everything it can do. Anyway, if it's your first time here, do me a favor and smash the like and subscribe button. That way, maybe, just maybe, I may end up in your feed the next time you log on. Anyway, with that being said, let's check out the first clip.
Darkest conspiracy theories. The Earth virus theory. This theory states that the Earth is a living organism, and we, you and I, the humans, are the virus. The Earth grows plenty of free food, and every animal seems to balance and coexist on Earth in sort of a circle of life. For instance, bees pollinate crops, moving from one plant to the next, fertilizing each plant. It's beneficial. Even though they're taking pollen, they're still being beneficial. But humans, we seem to not benefit the Earth at all. We're more destructive. We clear rainforests, kill the ocean with our plastics, puncture giant holes in the ozone with our chemicals and fuels, and we cause man-made climate disasters. We don't seem to coexist. But before I continue, question time. If aliens were about to destroy the planet, and one came up to you, they chose you, and said, if you show us two things on Earth of why we shouldn't destroy this planet and kill you all, what two things would you show them to save the Earth? Let me know down below. But anyways, think about the human body. When we're sick, our body creates antibodies to kill off the viruses. That's exactly what the Earth does to us, creating earthquakes, droughts, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. Let's face it, we're destructive in nature. And while a tiny bit of us do try to help the planet, the majority of us selfishly harm it. Maybe we are the virus.
You know the Mars
I hope to God aliens don't come to see me, because I got nothing. That's sad.
theory?
That there's aliens on Mars?
Nah, there's a theory that Mars was the original planet that humans were from.
Okay.
Then something happened that we all had to fly to another planet and live on. There used to be like civilization that lived on Mars. Now back this. On Mars, there's an element on the periodic table called xenon. Xenon on Earth is only found, this is crazy, is only found after a nuclear explosion.
No.
Oh, that's not even the super mode button.
I said no. What the hell?
And it goes hand in hand now. What if on Mars there was a nuclear warfare, destroyed the whole planet, but people were able to escape just in time? Landed on Earth, and they had to restart from nothing.
So we are the aliens.
We're the aliens.
What the hell?
It's real shit. Like, this element's called xenon. It's prominent after a nuclear explosion.
Now, I know there's a movie on this. Let me know in the comments. I can't remember the name of it. Was it called Mars? I can't remember. Gosh darn it. But I thought that a meteor can release enough energy equal to a nuclear explosion. Not sure. Don't know. Not a scientist. I have no idea. If you know, please let me know.
Trying to tell y'all that there's more to the story than they tell us. In TikTok, this video is fake.
Do not mess with them. The Gullah Geechee. They'll actually put a stone or block in her mouth to keep her from talking. There's actually books written. Well, they were so frightened of them, the women especially, because they practiced this communal protectionism that if a sound that came out of her mouth, it meant your death. And so when we say voodoo is not a game, it is just a knowing of how the universe works better than some people to a certain extent.
And do you want to know what's kind of funny to me? Y'all know that tongue clicking? That was an actual language, a very, very high vibrational one. It is a language in South Africa that is going extinct. Why? Because they were killed by colonizers for speaking that language. And she also states that they would get beaten up by white men if they were caught speaking their own language. I really want y'all to recognize how powerful speaking is. Like I say, if you ever just hug somebody and they talk, you can hear their voice in their chest. If you touch the back of somebody who's talking, you can feel the vibration going through their body. Your body is listening to you. Do you know how powerful we had to be for them to be able to want to be on the verge of killing us, putting rocks inside of our mouths so we couldn't speak? Y'all gotta recognize that creating vibration within your mouth is very powerful. The English language that we speak doesn't even create any type of vibration to enhance the rate of our communication. This is the lowest form of speaking. Just a little hint though. Y'all stay dangerous. More information on my YouTube.
I'm a retired.
That's crazy. Tell you one thing. I want to learn that language. I think we all can use some more manifesting in our lives. It sounds like that's the language to do it in.
FBI agent, and this is a conspiracy theory that keeps me up at night. In 2018, a treasure hunter tipped off the FBI to a large cache of buried, stolen Civil War gold in a rural part of Elk County, Pennsylvania. Now, the story goes, this treasure hunter had been looking into this since around 2011, probably further back than that. But his research showed that during the Civil War, a secret society known as the Knights of the Golden Circle, a group that operated in the North to sabotage the Northern efforts, one of them being to steal this gold that was on its way to the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and then hide it. Why they never went back for it, I don't know. This treasure hunter had been operating or doing his research and looking for this stuff, and he located a site that was on public land in Pennsylvania. And he was operating under the permission of the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. It's somewhere along the way, this treasure hunter and the DCNR had a falling out, and he follows this up and goes to the FBI. He told them, or however he convinced them, they took it seriously enough to hire an outside agency to go in and do some very high-tech survey of property to see if there's any validity to this. And sure enough, this high-tech equipment revealed that there was a large mass of some kind at this site underground. And then the FBI, also using pretty high-tech equipment, determined that there was the presence of gold. They end up getting a seizure warrant through a federal judge. They get a writ of entry that gives them access to the land. They do a 3-day search for this using an excavator and all kinds of techniques, you know, to try to locate this stuff. Very well documented, I have to say, very thoroughly documented. And they found nothing. No sign of Civil War gold, no sign that anything had been buried there. Now, currently ongoing, there's a lawsuit between this treasure hunter and the FBI. He claims that they did find something and that there's video evidence of this. I don't understand why the site survey shows presence of gold, a large mass under the ground, and then they find absolutely nothing. So stay tuned, and I'm going to fill you in on this one completely because it really, really interests me.
Oh my gosh, man. Don't tell anybody. Why do these people do this? They know what's going to happen. Yeah, that lawsuit's going to go nowhere. I can tell you that right now. Oh my gosh. You find something, you know, keep it to yourself. Figure out a way to get it up out of the ground on your own. And hey, live a happy life.
Found out who actually owns BlackRock, but there's something really weird about it. Because by now we know that BlackRock is in the top 3 shareholders of basically every corporation in America and beyond. And they do this using our money in things like retirement accounts, pension funds, IRAs, exchange traded funds, mutual funds, but most people don't actually know who owns and controls BlackRock. We all know that it was founded by Larry Fink, and he's the face of the company, but he does not control it. When you try to find out who does control it, you'll usually find this list, which is the top institutional shareholders. Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street are right at the top, just like every other company. But this is not the whole story. Because if you dig deep enough, you'll find out that actually Merrill Lynch owns 45% of BlackRock. And they're considered an insider, so they don't show up on the top institutional holders list. This merger took place in 2006. So actually Merrill Lynch controls BlackRock in a big way. But who controls Merrill Lynch? Well, Merrill Lynch is actually a division of Bank of America, because Bank of America bought them out during the 2008 financial collapse. So who owns Bank of America? Well, nowadays, Warren Buffett is the top shareholder of Bank of America, because he owns Berkshire Hathaway, which is his billionaire investment firm.
Wow,
I'm still not sure what this top one is, this 25%. That's an anomaly, and I cannot corroborate what those shares are, but I found these shares. This is a screenshot from Berkshire Hathaway's 13F where they tell you all the things they hold. And I totaled up all of these Bank of America shares, and it equals 1,032,000,000 shares.
What?
That's 13% of Bank of America shares, equal to $33 billion.
Oh,
but I also
good
dug in a
God.
little bit into where Bank of America came from and who founded them. And
disgusting.
All modern banks are crazy histories of mergers and acquisitions and banks changing their names and merging with other banks, probably for no particular reason. But Bank of America traces its roots back in two different directions. One of which we're not going to talk about, and the other one is back to this Italian dude named Amadeo Giannini, who acquired what was then called Banca di America d'Italia. Sorry for that accent. Over the years, it changed its name to Bank America, and then in the biggest merger in history, merged with Charlotte-based Nation Bank in 1998. So I just thought it was interesting that half of the lineage of Bank of America was founded by this Italian dude that got really into Italian banking back in the early 1900s, you know, when like there was a certain Italian organization that was doing a lot of things with money back then. I'm sure it was all above board though, obviously. But anyways, back to the weird thing that I can't figure out. Bank of America owns Merrill Lynch, who owns the vast majority of BlackRock. But they don't have anyone on the board as far as I can tell. Usually, the biggest shareholders of a company have representatives on the board that sort of represent their investment. But I've just shown you the whole board of directors of BlackRock, and none of them have any real ties to Merrill Lynch or Bank of America.
Well, that's peculiar.
Which seems pretty weird when you own almost half the company to not have any board members. The plot thickens. So two things. If you want to follow the history of Bank of America down the other trail, you might wind up at a certain family name that you aren't aware of that is really hard to find on the internet. That'll probably get videos taken down. Total conspiracy theories. And the other thing is, if anyone knows more than me or is literate in this or has info about why Merrill Lynch and Bank of America have no representatives on the board of BlackRock, I would love to know. After all, why would you own half of a company and then have no say in what that company's doing? Or how do they have a say? What's the story here?
Now this is scary.
Now I think I know the name. Can't say it on YouTube because if I do, chances of this video ever seeing the light of day is nil. But I think you can put it in the comments. So if you know the name, or you think you know the name of what he's saying, please leave it in the comments.
I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there's a theory going around. It's more like a religious theory. I saw a TikTok video where a preacher was talking and he spoke about something very interesting idea. What if God is actually water? Think about it for us.
What if water is God?
Then that would mean God is both in us and all around us. That God is both above and below us. Why a woman's water breaks when we're born.
But there's more. We often say that God is everything. Well, if that's true, then everything around us would be what? Water. There's water in the air even though we can't see it. There's water inside you, inside me, and in every living thing. Now consider places where water is scarce, like deserts or wastelands. What do you usually find there? Death, because of the lack of water, and it's scorching, like hell. Here's something else. In the Bible, when Jesus was tempted by the devil, where was he? In the desert. He was searching for water.
That's a weird one.
Freaking crazy. So does that mean when we go to the bathroom and... No. No.
And so, bear with me. But this picture of Sofia Vergara, seemingly normal, right? I think she's on America's Got Talent as a judge or whatever she does. On March 16th, I screenshot this from my phone. You can look at it on her Instagram.
Oh.
But what is that?
What the
That's
hell?
not motion blur. I'm an editor. That's not motion blur. She looks a little weird, but whatever. We can look it over. But wait. It gets weirder.
Oh,
what is wrong with them?
Dude, what?
All these people right here. What is happening?
Look at her eye. What's up with her eye?
Why doesn't she have an eye? And if this is AI, why? Why would it be?
There are people.
I do remember now that I know some celebrities have apps on their phones that will blur out, pixelate the background. I never seen it do that. Like morph it like that. But we'll pixelate it to protect them from like lawsuits and stuff like that. So I think that's what it is. If you think that's what it is, let me know in the comments.
Living inside of the Earth. It's true. New information from NASA states that there is a large ocean beneath the Earth's crust, after scientists detected movement below the surface. Around 500 miles below, a large supply of water has been found stored in a rock named ringwoodite. But it gets even crazier. Scientists say that this rock is so huge that it contains 3 times the amount of water on the Earth's surface.
What? How could
this
that be?
causes many to believe that there is more down there than we originally thought, possibly even civilizations. While the news of this discovery was over 10 years ago, it was never talked about. Is the government hiding this information from us? What do you think?
Y'all, I am freaking out.
Is the government hiding anything from us? No, they wouldn't do that. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. You know, there's caverns. I mean, it's crazy.
Freaking out right now. There's a lot of unexplained things going on in the ocean right now. Hold on real quick. I do not trust them. Just watch this real quick for me.
You get to Mars by going through the ocean. You can't get to the bottom of the ocean because outer space is the ocean.
Now what she just said just blew my mind. Now there is a situation called the firmament. So we know that water is all around us. And it is said that this dome divided the sea into upper and lower sections. You can't cancel this out because they still haven't discovered 80% of the sea. Early civilizations believed that the ocean and the stars above were linked. I mean, just look. Mayan, Norse, Hindu, Hebrew, all of them. Now we already know what spacesuits look like, but they look exactly like sea suits. I know once in your life you've heard of the Bermuda Triangle. Planes and people going missing in the ocean. There are black holes in the ocean. And I just know once in your life you've heard about sea monsters. When you see a comet, it looks like a boat soaring through water. What if these unexplained species in the ocean are actually aliens? If y'all have ever watched this movie Underwater, they went too deep and found the creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth. Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. It's just ironic that when they return to Earth, they're on water. I mean, I know I'm not tripping. And I know y'all heard of mermaids. So many unexplained things in the ocean. They're making more discoveries in space. Not really putting too much money or caring about what's going on the planet. Why? Because this sea stuff might have a lot of connections to space. And they not telling us. Y'all be safe, and I know I'm not the only person who feel this way.
First off, if there's a black hole in the middle of the ocean, well, we wouldn't even know it because we wouldn't be here. They would have been gone that quick. Wormhole? Yeah, maybe wormhole. I know in biblical days, and also I believe it's 95% of the ocean that hasn't been discovered. So they're close, really close. So, but anyway, biblical times, they talk about a beast called the Leviathan. And if that thing were to ever rear its ugly head, well, we're doomed. That's all I can tell you. There's no coming back from that. Well, that's one long end clip.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I think the school system is broken. They want a nation full of workers, not free thinkers.
Oh, that's true.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I eat chunks of butter because fat is good for you.
Oh.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I don't wear sunscreen because the sun isn't dangerous. Your diet and sunscreen are. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I think feminism is a scam. It was used to get the woman out of the home, into the workplace, and to destroy the family unit. It was never about our rights. If you're a conspiracy theorist like us, make sure to follow along.
Oh, that was good. That was really good. I agree with most of what she said there. Except for the sunscreen. Well, there is global warming, people. It does exist. I grew up in the 80s, 70s, early, 80s. And there's a big, big difference between the way that the weather was back then to the way it is today. It is extremely hot right now. But does that mean that you need like SPF 30,000? No, just a light sunscreen is all you need. Don't need to get crazy with it.
I'm telling y'all, they always hide the truth in plain sight.
Sure is.
Make a deal with me, kid. You can have the car.
Yeah, I love William Dafoe. Great actor.
So what do you say?
That was freaking awesome. That was awesome. My God. I think that was a Super Bowl commercial, if I remember right, or whatever like that. Yeah, they don't call it the red carpet for nothing. Anyway, as far as like selling your soul, you can't sell your soul. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the big guy upstairs. Remember that. Now, does that mean that you can't, like, I don't know, offer it, in words, just words, not really offering your soul. Can't take your soul, but just offering it up. Yes, it happens in Hollywood all the time, as you can possibly see. But anyway, that's it. That's the very last clip. We can continue the conversation in the comments if you like. If you know something that we all don't know, please leave it in the comments. Anyway, till next time, God love you, and hey, peace be with you.